Just the being the epicenter of the sporting world, which is truly what it is. Once again, much like at the media day, Sports Center will be here all day long doing drops from downtown Cleveland over on East 4th Street. And, man, tell you, we'll talk more about it, like I said, coming up. But 24 hours from now, Cleveland's going to be the place to be in the NBA and the sporting world. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the place to be tonight, hey, no basketball to focus on for Cleveland tonight. Last final and penultimate game of the baseball season. It gets no more exciting than a Game 7. And San Francisco blew their chance to put it away, and they may have blown their chance to win this thing because, I don't know, man. I think all signs are pointing towards Kansas City now. But we'll talk about last night's game, Game 6, set the stage for Game 7, give you some of those nifty Game 7 stats and figures that are out there. We'll get that all set. Game 7 of the World Series coming your way tonight. We'll talk about Game 6 and preview that. Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan coming up just about 20 minutes from now. We're previewing Buckeyes, talking about the college playoff poll, and so much more. Don't go anywhere. We have just begun today's edition of the Sports Fix, baby.
Won't take a minute, won't take long. Get on with it. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's go all the way. Get it night and day. Come on, let's get.
The Sports Fix, the show that asks the question,
What you talking about, Lou? What you talking about, Lou? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Lou? What you talking about? What you talking about, Lou? What you talking about? What you talking about, Lou?
we'll be right back.
Guys, want to take just a second as we head into this break and remind you about the official business printing source of the Sports Fix, our friends at Signs and Ship. Signs and Ship, I'm telling you, Chris and Pam, they've taken care of me since day one, and they can do the same for you. Whether you're a small business that's already been established and you're looking to grow to that next level and expand your business, or perhaps you've got an idea that you just know is going to be a great business and you need to figure out how to brand it and how to promote it and put it out there, Signs and Ship is the place for you. If you need a logo, they can create one for you. They have a fantastic graphic designer. Business cards, signs, banners, yard signs, mobile advertising, anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
It's an addiction. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. Real time spent making real decisions, creating real victory.
I'm the greatest man in the world!
And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize. I mean, a really real prize. Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs.
The trophy's 12 feet high, and it is glorious!
Football, baseball, hoops, you name it, they have it. Plus, they have awesome draft kits and party supplies to make all your preseason activities the envy of everyone. If your league needs a ring, belt, or trophy, or you want to upgrade what you already have, there's literally only one place to go. If you're going to be a fantasy jock, do it right.
It's mine, the most magnificent belt ever created, and it's mine.
With America's Fantasy Sports Superstore, fantasyjocks.com. The Sports Fix is on iHeartRadio. Download the free iHeart app today. Subscribe to the show and get your fix.
You love Cleveland, and you already know how much we love Cleveland. You know who else loves Cleveland? GV Art and Design. Everyday fans, you and I wear our pride on our sleeves. Now, you can wear your pride on your chest. GV Art and Design has one of the hottest Cleveland sporting lines. Log on right now to gvartwork.com. Check out all of their fantastic designs. And don't forget, use the sales code FIX10, FIX10 to save 10% on your total purchase. Follow gvartwork.com on Facebook, and remember, GV Art and Design, it's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
In baseball, miracles can happen when a team works together.
2 out, bottom of the ninth.
Down to their last strike.
The same is true in the fight against cancer. That's why MLB has teamed up with Stand Up to Cancer. Because we believe that when we all stand up together,
41,000 on their feet.
we can make cancer history.
Now everybody's standing.
What a buzz in this building.
This is beyond a dream. Stand up with MLB at standuptocancer.org.
Now, back to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock with you, and of course, everybody wants to rule the world. Only 2 teams left in baseball with the chance to do that: the Royals and the Giants. I'm telling you, momentum. It's a fickle thing, man. It's a fickle mistress for sure. And yesterday, and you know what? You talk about the definition. By the way, phone lines are open, 216-539-7535. Or you can hit us up, Facebook, Twitter, email, facebook.com/thesportsfix. Tweet with us at thesportsfixcle. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Dan Wismar coming up just about 10-15 minutes from now. After, we'll get you a news update. We'll get Dan in here with us. We'll get his thoughts on Game 7 coming up tonight. But talk about the proverbial, Coach Pumpkin situation. Jake Peavy, my man, I like him. I talked about that. He's got that bulldoggedness about him. And, he was, a lot of people had him washed up and broken down there at the time San Francisco made that trade for him, man. And, but he really did. He buckled down, and he gave him a run. I mean, in his, 13 starts, I think it was, for them, that since they made that trade, he did very well. And, he faded later in the game, earlier in the series. Here, nah, didn't even make it that late. Second inning, kaboom, 5 runs, less than 2 innings. And that did it. That was it. With the momentum and with the crowd and everything else, that was all that's happening, Captain, right there. You can call it a day for the Royals, and I think you can call it a day for the series here for Kansas City, because check this out. Here's one of those little stats that'll just kind of talk. When you look at things that have happened, that 7-run second inning. Only 4 other teams have had an inning like that in World Series history. Every one of them won the World Series when they did it. Of course, 3 of those were way back 80, 90 years ago in the early 20s and 30s. But the other one was Arizona in 2001 when they destroyed the Yankees in Game 6 and took care of business in that series. But Kansas City, the big blowout. Ventura gave them what they needed. You didn't need anything else after that. Big whitewash, 10-0, 15-hit explosion for the Royals there, and here you go. You're all set up now with a winner-take-all Game 7 scenario here, and I'll tell you now, another older pitcher, veteran pitcher going out there tonight in Tim Hudson, but if he doesn't get it done, or if he even falters a bit, I'm telling you, Madison Bumgarner will be pitching that game, and he will be out there until his arm falls off, because this is the definition of there's no more games, obviously. You can use all them cliches all you want. You go down with the Titanic on this one here, and I'm telling you, whether it's if you fall down early, then he comes in and tries to hold on and just give you as much zeros as he can until you can fight your way back, and or if it goes into extras, whatever you got to do, he'll be out there. So that's going to be an X factor, obviously, here in this game tonight. But man, I'm telling you, I see Bruce in the chat room. I've had some other people, Mike Brandenberry, who'll be with us here tomorrow to break down the fallout of the World Series and start looking at the postseason, saying San Francisco will still win this. I got to tell you, not only are they fighting the team of destiny, but all kinds of trends. Last road team to win a Game 7. The Pirates, the We Are Family, Willie Stargell Pirates, 1979. Last time the road team has won a Game 7. The home team, since that time, is 9-0 in Game 7s. They're 19-17 all time, but they're 9-0 in Game 7s. Of course, we talked about this yesterday. I'm sorry for the sting, but we lived through it. Last time a team won either Game 6 or Game 7 on the road was the Marlins. That was when they took care of business against wasn't that against the Indians? No, that was the Yankees World Series. Absolutely. That was the other World Series that they won and then buried it with a bunch of 100-loss seasons, as they seem to be able to do there in Florida. But as well, Tim Hudson tonight, we mentioned him being a veteran, cagey pitcher. He is officially the oldest pitcher to start a Game 7 tonight. He's 39 years old, taking the mound for the Giants. We know how the recent history has gone. Looking at I've got the last 10 Game 7 World Series here games, and looking at the break. Looking at I remember some of these too. Last one, of course, 2011, St. Louis, when they defeated the Rangers. Then you got to go back almost a decade before you had your previous Game 7 in a World Series. That was the Angels and the Giants in 2002, and you had back-to-back Game 7s because you had Arizona and the Yankees the year before that. Of course, Marlins and the Indians back in 97, Twins and the Braves. I remember that one. I definitely remember that one. Those were what was it? Now his name is just totally slipping me. Herbeck, or when he was darting around the bases with the mud flaps on, and they beat the Braves with that great pitching staff. Twins and the Cardinals in 87. Mets and the Red Sox, the Billy Buckner era, remember that one. Royals and the Cardinals, last time these Royals were there, they were in a Game 5 or a Game 7 in 1985, and they beat the Cardinals to win that. 82, Cardinals and the Brewers, and then back to 79 when those Pirates defeated the home Baltimore Orioles to win that. So, man, Game 7's not as often as you think in baseball there. Like I said, there was one in 11, and then there hadn't been one since 2002 before that. Overall, the National League has won 63. The American League has won 46. But you won't find a trend in the past 10. In all those ones that I just went back through, you look at who's won the World Series just the past 10 years, it's an even split. 5 American League, 5 National League. So, anybody looking for those little nifty tidbits and what may be momentum, what may be history, there's a whole lot of stuff out there. Regardless, it's all out there for the taking for both teams tonight. And I'm excited to see it. It's the end of a baseball season. I'm excited for 2 reasons, because this has been a great series. This has been a great playoffs. It's been a great season to watch. And so it's cool to see it end in the, I don't like it when give it to Game 7, the spotlight that it deserves. But it's also, hey, as an Indians fan, it's the final step before the work begins on next year, because it doesn't begin next month. It doesn't begin 2 weeks from now. It starts the minute this game ends, because those clocks start running and decisions need to start being made. So I'm double excited for that. It'll be a good one here tonight, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Mike Brandenberry from DidTheTribeWinLastNight.com. He'll be here in the house. We'll talk about the end of the World Series, whether the Giants were able to buck the trend of history here and able to take, man, I'm telling you, I know it's not just because of how big Kansas City won that game yesterday, but it's just San Francisco just blown out of the water. Now, remember yesterday I was saying that, to me, you got to play it like you're the one that's down. I guess that there's the one advantage of being up 3-2 is that you can get whitewashed and just go, hey, no big deal. We've got another game, and that's basically the way Bruce Bochy was after the game. If you listen to his press conference, he was, what am I supposed to say, man? We got another one of these tomorrow. It's exciting. We get to go do it. He did everything but say, hey, man, we really didn't want to do it in 6. We wanted to take this thing to 7, because that's the attitude you have to take. But I think last night speaks volumes, man. And if you think that place was crazy last night, you ain't seen nothing yet, as the old expression goes. Because tonight, it's going to be a madhouse environment for sure. Going to be a lot of fun. Can Kansas City bring home that long-awaited championship, or does San Francisco do it again every other year, baby? Is it their year? Because there's that one too. While we're talking about all these things that have to do with history for Kansas City and for the home team, how about that one? It's according to the schedule, it's time for San Francisco to win. So how do we argue with recent history, too? Let's find out what happens. Talk about it tomorrow. Going to be a lot of fun. It is a baseball fans' dream, and definitely one of the most exciting.